Good morning, Friday the 23rd of December 2011. This is Chris Reardon welcoming you to today's United Kingdom talk on a rather warm morning. Oh yes, the cold air has disappeared. It actually disappeared on Wednesday. It warmed up Wednesday, and once again I'm able to walk around the house with no heating on at all. I'm so happy. So happy that meter has stopped going round. Those greedy gas companies won't get a second penny out of me if at all possible. I'll tell you that now. Very funny today. I'm just back from the swimming pool actually. And they have a jacuzzi there, something I don't use. I only use, they've got a steam room, they've got a sauna, and they've got a jacuzzi there. And I don't use any of those. I just go in, I have my swim, come out, have a shower and go home. And round the jacuzzi today was those emergency barriers, you know, with a little sign on there and said, poor maintenance in progress, out of order. And do you know what? In the 45 minutes I'm in the swimming pool going up and down, I observed three idiots. I can only describe them as idiots. Three idiots who walked up to the jacuzzi, read the sign, walked back to the girl who must have the patience of a saint. These girls and boys are usually young people that work as swimming pool attendants. Absolutely have to have the patience of a saint. Anyway, I watched all three of these people throughout the course of the 45 minutes go up to Lisa, it was actually on the thing, and say, oh, is it out of order? I mean, how stupid can you be? Barriers round it, a sign that says out of order. Oh, is it out of order? Oh, can't we use it today? Do you know what I mean? You just want to hit these people, wouldn't you? Thick as two planks. All of them, dear. Anyway, I had to share that with you. Some people are just so stupid, it's unbelievable. Emails, hello to the lovely Millie, who starts off this email. Hi Chris, please read this out. No, I'm sorry Millie, I'm not reading out little bits of personal stuff in there, my darling. I cannot read out personal stuff, except she says, I'll never forget the way Chris's face, as in me, lit up like a Christmas tree when I came through the door at Belush's in Hammersmith when we was doing the karaoke there. That's finished now. He gave me such a tight hug, one of the best hugs I've ever gotten, to be honest. That's the only bit of that I'm going to read out. Tight hug, I think it was you who was squeezing me, I could barely breathe. Let me go, Millie. There I was, in her arms. And then she pushed her button and moved closer to the singing area. Wonderful. It was a wonderful night, that was, Millie. It's a couple of years ago now, isn't it? And it's surprising how time flies. Millie goes on to say, you wanted Christmas stories. I have several to share with you, but I'm not going to do it all in one email because it would take too long. When I was a little girl, my mother would start decorating the house for Christmas Day after Thanksgiving, and also start playing vinyl Christmas records at that time too. I was only 2 or 3 years old at the time, I'm thinking of now, and I couldn't talk in full sentences yet. Well, I shouldn't worry about that, Millie. I can't do it now, dear. I can't talk in... I don't know why. Just can't talk in short, full sentences. But my mother told me if she happened to play a record that I particularly enjoyed, when it ended, I would constantly say, again, again. And she would have to play the same one over and over. That's a lovely... Thank you, Millie, for the email. I can't read that first bit out. It's... you know, it's like the bit private, that is, really. But, yeah, it's funny, actually, when I have a son, and when he was very little, I was able to see him. And I remember being around her mother's house. That's where I had access. If you're not with your children, you'll understand what that is. I had access, and the access was around her mother's house. And I used to go around there, and there'd be a pile of records, and we'd put a record on, and if he liked it, he'd say, again, 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 like that. And he would pass a record to me and saying, on, to put the record on. Eventually, of course, he started putting records on himself, and I think he just scratched them all to pieces. Which, of course, little ones do. You can't blame them for it. Yeah, so I know what you're saying there. You say, again, or more, not again, it would be gen, like that, yeah. Hello to James Bates, who says, my new email address is now sorted. I saw your comments about skipping through the X Factor. I stopped watching the whole show. It's finished now, of course. And I used to skip through it all the time. And I've just been watching bits of pieces, as it hasn't been as good as in previous years. I think this time it was a fix. I saw a little mix and they sounded awful. How do they get away with it? And I hope you'll have a nice Christmas, whatever you're doing. From James. Well, I mean, you don't know, do you? I mean, I don't know if it can be a fix or not, to be honest, James. I mean, whenever I do a quiz night or a bingo night and someone wins, someone always shouts out that it's a fix. Can it be a fix? I don't know. Hello to Craig Adams, who's a little bit impatient, Craig. No need to send emails and say, when's it going to be read out? You know how far behind we are, dear. I do try and keep up with you, but in this very short space of time that I'm with you every day, it's very difficult. Very difficult. Craig says, hello, Chris. Hope you're keeping well during these cold winter months. Cold. Not so cold at the moment, though. It's quite cold up here in the East Midlands. Not really looking forward to Christmas this year, as the TV adverts are so annoying. About almost every single TV advert out now is about Christmas. Well, of course, I mean, he sent this on the 15th of December. My dad hates the Sainsbury's advert with the George Formby playing in the background. He's often swearing at it. Recently, my dad purchased for me 2 18-inch Daleks from eBay. One is the voice interactive Dalek, when you talk to it and it will say yes and I obey, etc. The other one is the red Supreme Dalek, which just says phrases. Didn't cost that much and both were local. £28 for the voice and £30 for the red Supreme Dalek. If I remember rightly, actually, Craig, that's about half the price that they were a couple of years ago. So someone bought me one. It actually sits in the garden. I mean, the trouble is with these things, you only use them a couple of times and then you're thinking, oh, right, is that it? Okay. And then you put them in the corner, Mine actually sits in the garden, protecting the garden against evilness. Yes. Chris, I am after an old-style electric wheelchair, Invacare make, because we need a spare one for one of our 3 full-size Daleks, just in case anything goes wrong. If anyone can help us out, then we would be grateful, all right? So Craig's looking for an Invacare old-style electric wheelchair. Anyone knows where you can get one of those? Email the show and I'll pass the info on, okay? Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. He goes on to say it's mainly the joystick control panel we need because a button's broken off ours. We need it next year for us going to science fiction conventions. Our Daleks are for hire. A charity donation minimum of £100 is required in return to Max Appeal. You can have a look at those at maxappeal.org.uk, all right, because Craig does a lot of charity work. Once again, maxappeal.org.uk, and their website's just been updated. We would prefer if people could have their own transport for the Daleks and include petrol and travel expenses. That's all we ask. He says, please show the picture with the 3 Daleks on it. Mention they are for hire for parties, weddings, fetes, business events, meet and greet, that sort of thing. There we are. And he's got a YouTube channel there as well. YouTube use the name Poody, P-O-O-D-Y, 571953, okay? Poody, P-O-O-D-Y, 571953 is where he's got videos of his Daleks there. And that's from Craig, and down there you can see a picture of the 3 Daleks that he's got for hire. See, you could have those going around at your wedding function or something like that. That'd be quite good, wouldn't it? Something a little bit different, eh? To have Daleks. Do you like the sound of that? I don't know. Yeah, sounds all right to me. Let me see. Let me get these in date order. Date order. Are we out of time? Have we done it? Are we finished? Just quickly here, Shaun says, yes, Chris Reardon, I agree you look like a bus or a taxi. Oh, come on, I haven't got that much of a fat bum, have I? Do I look like the back end of a bus? He says, I quite like the idea of the bendy buses. I've never been on one, though. Oh, they've gone now. You won't get on one now. My brother, he says, you were talking about someone giving me a wrapped up carrot. Yes. He said, no, my brother wrapped me up a carrot and gave it to him for Christmas. He says, I prefer to drink a nice strawberry or banana milkshake from McDonald's. No fruit or veg for me, from Shaun. Shaun, that's terrible. Oh, I can't believe you're eating that stuff. I tell you what, Shaun, here's something for you to try, okay? Next time you order a milkshake from McDonald's, believe me, it's the fact that it's cold that it tastes so nice. To try this experiment out, buy a small one from McDonald's as well as your normal one. Have your normal one and then take the smaller one home and just leave it somewhere and then drink it an hour later. It is the most vile taste you've ever come across in your life. God knows what they make that stuff out of. It's got to be all chemicals, isn't it? I mean, what do they make McDonald's milkshakes out of? I dread to think what's in there. Some sort of powdered substance. I don't know what it is. Awful. So will you try that for me, Shaun? And then come back with a little experiment for you to do perhaps today or Christmas Eve, perhaps. Eh? Get yourself a little milkshake from McDonald's. Take it home. Leave it an hour. And then try and drink it. Doesn't matter what flavour. Any flavour is fine. Okay, that's it from the show today. My email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. I'll see you on the next show. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye.